Give us some quick tips on distribution with content and ways to amplify that.
In 2025, if you're not designing content with distribution in mind, like what are you even doing, right? Yes, you need to have a great story, but when you are going to create content from that story, you need to think about the channels and the places where you're gonna share that content. Because otherwise, like if you don't do that assessment, like what's your expectation even going to be of like who and when is that content going to be consumed? In order to make a good assessment, you also need to know what are your resources. If you have like unlimited budget, then sure, please like run LinkedIn ads all day long, YouTube ads, influencers, all these things. But most startups, most tech companies don't have those resources, or they first need to earn those resources from their CFO. Your team and their LinkedIn profiles are great free channels that you could use as long as you have a good like team spirit, team culture, that they're also willing to use their personal profile and social media accounts for distribution of your content. That specific channel and way of distributing your content, it all comes down to having a good team culture and making sure that they also see some sort of benefit from using their own social media account to promote company content. If that makes sense.
I love the piece about team culture because having been a follower of the unmuted team content, y'all prominently feature the team members, right? And you have internal content production capability built out to make that process, more seamless and lower friction for the team. But for the viewers out there, what are some ways that companies can bolster, right, the ability of their teams and to, one, produce content, to be in content, and three, broadcast and distribute that content?
I realize that not all companies out there or that are listening are marketing agencies with people who like geek out over marketing and like building their personal brand and stuff. But we have unlimited examples of companies that we work with where besides the founder, there are other experts in the company that have also started posting on LinkedIn, and they built a personal brand in such a way that I'm 100% convinced that they will never have to apply for a job ever again. And I think if you can make that very clear to your team, and you're also willing to put them into that position, meaning at some point they are going to leave your company with that personal brand. If you are the leader who thinks that is cool, you're cultivating the right mindset. And then I think people start seeing that personal brand more as something that is important to them and in their in next steps in their career, rather than it is, okay, we want to hit our goals, and I'm going to sort of give the keys to my personal LinkedIn account to the company and basically not getting anything for it in return.
Yeah, I think a lot of companies, there's that element of fear, right? The risk aversion of, if we empower our team too much and they start building brands, they're going to become a more attractive employee for other people.
Yeah, and you should embrace that.
Yeah.
It 100% will attract the right people to the
100%.
company. And
it's for us, it starts as early as the vacancy. So it's on the vacancy that we give you the opportunity to build a personal brand while you work here in such a way that you will probably never have to apply for a next job ever again. It is in the employment contract. It is part of onboarding. So in onboarding, there's a checklist of like everything you need to like learn or tools that you have to create, but also that you post about your first week working at at Unmuted on LinkedIn. Like it's these small things that set up such a sort of employee-led growth playbook.
even you might be like graduating people maybe that might be leave Unmuted with great personal brands, but now you're bringing an amazing crop of talent that maybe want to like get that to that next level. I think that's creating just the right culture and the right environment to create the system. And
it all starts with the leader, right, of the company. If the founder is not going to prioritize like posting on LinkedIn, it's hard if they are going to demand that the people who work there are going to do it.
It's funny because there's kind of a parallel there with on the client side, but then internally as well, right? Like if the agency is not eating their own dog food, right? It's hard to convince the client to go and take creative risks. And the same thing, if the founder of the business or the executives of the business aren't comfortable doing that, how can you expect, other people on the team to take that route?